Greetings, universe! My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking prime, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is the army of freaks. They're weird and they're proud, and you can't teach that. Bada boom! Realest bots in the room, how you doing? Ball wheat burrito, everyone, and welcome to another live stream. Alright, enough of that. I'm not doing that the whole time. How you guys doing? Welcome to another live stream. Hello. Greetings. Light Makuta. Delilah, D-Boy, The Bug. The Bar, oh yeah, shit's about to get real. Alright, I'm not even gonna do the voice the whole time here. Let's cut to the regular mic. I'll have Optimus on the screen, but I'm breaking character here. I'm gonna be talking real. We're gonna be talking true and honest. Yeah, true and honest. Hell yeah. Pound it. Thanks for everyone who's showing up. Day's been good. No, everything's good. First off, let me get that out of the way for anyone who's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? This isn't anything like new necessarily. It happened a few months ago, and everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. But I still get asked about it a lot. Like, I've noticed a lot of people coming to me, whether it's through comments on YouTube or Discord. I'll get DMs on Discord. I'll get Twitter DMs, stuff like that, where people ask, like, hey, what happened? What's going on here? Like, what happened with this and that? And so I realized even some of the people that I've been working with recently only have, like, minimum levels of knowledge about the situation. Like, they're not, fully aware of everything that happened. And the way that I like to operate, I guess, if you want to call it that, is I like to keep everything real. I'm upfront. I'm honest about everything. So I want to clarify for everyone and not just say, oh, well, here's my side of the story. No, I'm actually going to show you the screenshots. We're going to show you from the from the mouths. The words will be from the mouths of those that accused me themselves, or at least their Twitter, because, they wouldn't say anything like this to my face, because that's just the way these types of people are. But they posted mean things on Twitter about me. So we're gonna look at the source, and you can judge. You can judge on your own. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you who's right and who's wrong. I'm just gonna fill everybody in because, like I said, I noticed a lot of people were still coming to me and asking, like, hey, what happened? Or even if they're not familiar with, like, the drama that happened a few months ago, they'll come and ask me, like, are you going to be voicing for Johnny Flash again? Are you going to be working with Swagwave again? They've noticed that in the couple of videos that Swagwave's been able to do since our departure, that he has new effects guy, and he has different voices for the characters that I used to voice. So people will come to me and say, oh, you're not Wheeljack in Transformers Prime anymore. He sounds like an SO. What's going on? Oh, well, that's because Swagwave got an SO to voice him now. He doesn't work with me anymore. So or oh, the effects, like, oh, they look a lot better, well, because After Effects, yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. After Effects is a really nice program. But and they'll say, like, oh, with Johnny Flash, like, you're not voicing Prime anymore. Like, what happened? He doesn't have that freaking energy. What's going on? So I just figured, you know what? I'm gonna do a stream because I've been slowly. Anybody that has been a normal attendee of these streams will know that, like, I've been sort of gradually changing things. Like, we used to do, like, VR streams, sort of hang out. I was actually tying my streams into the Johnny Flash content. If you guys remember earlier in the year, like January, February, March, those streams were heavily tied into the Johnnyverse, as it's called. So we had references to whatever were happening in the videos there, because Johnny himself, I'm actually working on a video right now that Johnny and I recorded before all this. We recorded it months ago, before all this drama went down. And it's an interview I did with Johnny in character as Optimus the freaking Prime. But one of the reasons we did the interview, and something that Johnny himself does in the interview, is acknowledge me as the freaking Prime. Like it's sort of my character, since I do a lot of improv in his videos. I'll do a little bit of improv in the scripted videos, and then like the game playthroughs had no script at all and was 100% improv. So it was really like my personality, my character of the freaking Prime that was coming through. So we wanted to like mix that. We wanted to make it official. Johnny himself, when I say we, like Johnny himself wanted to make that official, that I would be officially the freaking Prime. And we were even discussing doing live streams from his channel. So like, as you guys see, I've got all these virtual setups, and I'll even show you the old, do I have the old, I don't even know if I've got the old screen. I don't even think I still have the old screen. Yeah, wow, I don't even have the old screen, where it was the Fall of Cybertron model of Optimus. And, you know, it was really meant to be that exact same character that was in the Johnny Flash videos. And Johnny and I had actually been in discussion, it was his idea even, that I would do live streams from his channel with my setup that I have here in these streams. And that in between videos, in between the production for his scripted videos, you know, the ones that are either animated in Blender or using the game engine, what he was able to do with it when they turned the multiplayer servers off. But yeah, it was basically going to be something that we were going to do as a way to fill in content between videos. So like when you're waiting for the next Johnny Flash video, the Q&As, the stuff that he does, while you're waiting for those to come out, I would do the live streams like I do here from his channel. So we would have a much bigger audience, more interaction. We'd be able to get up to a lot more stuff, you know, because there would just be a bigger budget. We'd have more to do. Right now I'm sort of chugging along slowly but surely. I'll even get the meter up there for yeeting Megatron. We're over halfway. We're over halfway there to yeet Megatron. So so yeah, it was something that we had been working on, making it official. That yeah, I'm not in character right now. I mean, if I need to navigate away from the Prime screen, maybe that would be best. Maybe I'll see what I can do here. I could probably make Prime disappear. I bet you I could do that. Let's see what happens if I make Prime disappear. It'll just be a disembodied voice. Yeah, there he goes. He's gone. All right, so there, that could be more mysterious for people who are just joining and wondering what happened to the Prime. He's not there. He's gone. What happened? All right. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so yeah, so as I was saying, we were going to make it official, or we're in the process of doing so. And I would be streaming from his channel. So that was what was happening on the Johnny Flash side of things. So that's why people are coming to me and asking like, oh, hey, I don't hear your voice as Optimus in the recent videos. He's not putting out the videos as frequently as, you know, like what's going on. And so that was sort of where that came from as far as the Johnny Flash side of things. And then with Swagwave, it was, if for anyone that knows, it was a nearly decade-long partnership when it comes to working together. That Swagwave and I had been working together for nearly, I think it was around 8 years, so nearly a decade. And I had started out just doing voices for him. I wasn't always doing effects for him or anything like that. Started out as just voices, and sort of grew from there because we weren't even necessarily like partnered up. It was just, hey, I'm doing voices for the Legacy series. I was Wheeljack and Optimus. And then he started doing some Marvel stop motions, asked me to voice in there. And then as his channel was growing and he was expressing an interest in putting out more content, I said, well, hey, you're going to need, well, I say need, maybe it's not like a need, but I kind of think it is. You're going to need a team. Like most channels have a team. I mean, some animators do it on their own, but most people have at least a couple people helping them out in order to do, because animation takes a long time. Animation is difficult. You know, hats off to anybody who does it, because it's difficult and it's tedious too. That's the other thing too, is it's tedious. So yeah, with here, I'll bring Prime back up because that's too weird not having Prime there. It's too weird. It's too weird, so I'm gonna bring Prime back up there. So when Swagwave expressed that interest, saying, "Hey, I want to grow my channel," this was back when he had around like 30,000 subs, which is nothing to scoff at, but he wanted to take it to the next level. So I said, "Hey, let's partner up. Let's get a team together. We'll see if we can find some other people that we can bring on a regular basis, and possibly even hire. I don't want to like demand money or anything like that, but you know, if we can turn this into a profitable venture, a lucrative venture, then all the better, right?" And so that was around, gosh, that was like 4 years ago, maybe 5, because it was halfway through the time that we had been working together that we partnered up like that. And so whoa, here's to new partnerships.
Here's to new partnerships. My latest video had the best opening weekend of all my videos ever. Thank Wheeljack for me.
Hell yeah, Ultra Marcus, pound it. Hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm going to let Wheeljack thank you himself. Let's get Wheeljack on here.
Thank you, Ultra Marcus. You know what? Not only thank you for the donation, but let me also thank you for making me a star. You know, I finally got the spotlight, finally got to show what I'm all about, you know? So thank you. Thank you for that, Ultra Marcus. I appreciate that. You know, we should watch that video this weekend for the Sterner Stuff stream. I'll go ahead and do a little shameless plug for Sterner Stuff this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, where we do video reactions based on your guys' suggestions and donations. So yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna watch that. Not that it's cringe or anything. It's really, really good, but you know. Hell yeah, but thank you. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah, Marcus, I thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so as I was saying, we were working together I'll try not to get too carried away with the backstory. It's just, the only reason I give the backstory is to establish that these were guys, Swagwave more so than Johnny, because Johnny I'd worked with for like a year or two, whereas Swagwave was nearly decade. I'm a Kamen Rider fan, so decade. So with these guys, they I thought should known me, or at least had a good read on me, because like I said, I'm honest, you know, like I like to just sort of be real. I'm like an A cup. I'm real whether you like it or not. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, without further ado, I'll go ahead and bring up the accusations. And like I said, this is old drama. Okay. I'm only doing this for people who may not know what's going on, and as well as because I'm not going to argue like who's right, who's wrong. I'm just going to show you here it is, and you can make your own decision. You can, if you decide, oh, I'm a terrible person after this stream, then hey, so be it. Where's Dinobot?
Yes, you can view my deeds and let me be judged accordingly. The rest is
silence.
Silence.
All right, I'm just messing around. All right, I got Tetris Attack music on here. All right, so first off, so this is the backstory here. I'd been working with Johnny Flash and Swagwave. Yo, Boglum Chronicles, what's good? Holy shit, shout out to Boglum Chronicles. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect Boglum Chronicles to be in the chat. All right, for anybody who doesn't know, and now I'm messing up here because I'm all distracted. For anybody who doesn't know, he's probably gonna be like, what the hell is this? I'm gonna be as cringe as King Cobra here. Boglum Chronicles Gothic King Cobra. Wow, I'm getting tongue-tied, man. You got me starstruck, dude. You got me starstruck. Hell yeah. Look at this. Holy shit. You got me starstruck here, buddy. What's really good? What's really good? You know what I had for dinner? 6 extra crispy chicken wings. Large gravy. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. No, I appreciate you stopping in. This is just some random shit that I do here, you know, just talking about random shit that's been going on. Of all the streams you could pop in, you know, if you stop by, if you happen to be able to stop by on my weekend streams, we actually do stuff that's more up your alley as far as cringe stuff, you know. Be reacting to some Gothic King Cobra soon, so hell yeah. Appreciate that. Hell yeah, pound it. Thank you, buddy. All right, so wow, what an interesting night. This is crazy. This is crazy. Really good. Hell yeah. All right, so back to what I was showing here on the screen. So we've got Merit Movies. This is what it was brought to you by. The cancellation was brought to you by Merit Movies. All right. This is a YouTube channel right here, if you want to see, because hey, I mean, he didn't have any compulsions of holding back on me, so why should I hold back on him? So this is his channel right here, if you want to go check it out. We'll be looking at it later anyway, because I have a few theories about why he did what he did, because I don't think he's quite as virtuous as he seems. But again, I'm going to first let you make your own judgment. We'll get to that later. All right, so it says anyway, fuck Orbital Bacon, context or not. This is shitty as hell and isn't just jokes. It's disappointing that we have this kind of hate in the community. It's continuously passed off and ignored. So he's first of all, like I said, he wouldn't say this to my face. He's using Twitter, like all these social justice warriors, which are named that ironically, of course, because they wouldn't do anything to your face. So he goes on Twitter and he says, "Oh, fuck Orbital Bacon. No context. How dare? And I'll pull up what he said here is, I said woke trash about the Power Rangers episode that was in question here. And you can see, look at this guy up here, Jimmy Nova, hashtag Melanin Pop. And there were other people in the chat. That's the funny thing too. I want you guys to pay attention that there were other people in the chat that he took my screenshots from, where, you know, because here I said Melanin Force making the joke again about Power Rangers, because the guest on the show said Melanin Poppin', as this other person in the chat took note of. She made a comment about Melanin Poppin', so I said, oh, Melanin Force, you know, because Power Rangers has Time Force, Mystic Force, all that. I hate to explain the joke because that, you know, you're not supposed to explain the joke. Didn't we learn that from the Joker? But anyway, yeah, it's something that other people in the chat, in his own screenshot, this is his own screenshot too. I didn't doctor this or anything. His own screenshot. There were other people taking note of it, and it was just something that we were, and when I say we, the other people in the chat who were sort of poking fun at, you know. But he says that it's not just jokes. It's not just jokes. This is shitty as hell. It's shitty as hell. It's not just jokes. All right. Okay. Well, I think that's just going to be a matter of opinion. But like I said, you guys, if you think I'm horrible for making a Melanin Force joke, even though we all have melanin, by the way, it's just that, and the funny thing is he's making this joke because he's getting offended on behalf of black people. Bear in mind, Merit Movies is not black. But he's getting offended on behalf of black people like these social justice warriors love to do. And so, yeah, he he says it's just shitty as hell. It's not just jokes. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. If it was shitty as hell of me, so be it. It was in my opinion, but not just opinion. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it was a joke, but he didn't like that. But there's other stuff, okay? It doesn't stop there. I'm not gonna hold anything back. I'm not gonna doctor anything. Let's go through this. This is the real damning evidence, the real indicting evidence right here, okay? Because he had been saving this stuff up by his own admittance, and by the dates, if you actually look at the dates of some of these screenshots as well, but by his own admittance as well as the dates of the screenshots, that he was saving this stuff up for nearly a year, or at the very least, he went back through a year's worth of my tweets. If he wasn't collecting this over it, like assuming that he collected it as I posted it, which I think he did just based on the different screenshots, or I'm sorry, the avatars, the different avatars in the screenshots. Because if you look at this screenshot here from June 3rd, 2020, I've got my old OB logo, the 80s like retro style one. And then in these more recent screenshots from March 2021, that I've got the cartoon Optimus avatar. So it looks like it would be a safe assumption, actually.
Thanks, bro, for voicing Realized. I never thanked you. Keep up the great work, man.
Oh, hell yeah, Baby Blue. Appreciate it, man. Pound it. Hell yeah. Look at that little dancing Optimus on there. Get it. He's getting it. Hell yeah. He's loving it. Hell yeah. I appreciate. Oh, shit. That means Megatron's out of here. Oh, damn. It's time to get Megatron out of here. All right. Sorry, Megatron. You got to go, buddy. You got to go. It is time. It is time.
Don't think I'll forget this, Starscream. You're going to pay. Mark my words, you're going to pay. You better not press that button. Why do you think it's me? I don't even have the button anymore. That was to eject Optimus. I'm not going to do it. I swear. I swear I'm not going to do it. Okay? Look, my hands are up here. I'm not pushing any buttons.
Well, I don't think you have a choice. Here we go. Let's get him out of here. Megatron, adios.
Oh, fuck this. I don't think so. Starscream. And one more for good measure. I feel better now.
All right, hell yeah, he's gone. All right. We got him out of here. Thank you, Pound it. Pound it, hell yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate it. It's a nice distraction. It's a nice distraction from when we're talking about all this serious shit. And it's a nice distraction. All right. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm talking about these avatars and you guys can't even see it because of the cropping. I wonder if there's a way, maybe if I close this. Yeah. All right, so you can kind of see it down there. It's kind of small. Let me enlarge. Enhance. There we go. So if you look down there, sorry for the odd crop so you couldn't see the avatar. What I was talking about there is the retro style avatar, which means he took the screenshot back at the time, basically waited for nearly a year, just saving up stuff without saying anything to me. You know, he could at any time, he could have said something to me, said, hey man, what's up with this stuff you're saying? I don't like it. I take issue, take umbrage with what you've posted. But no, he just saved it up, waiting, biding his time. Because as you'll see, these guys, because there's more than just merit here, they don't like me, and they haven't liked me for a long time. It goes beyond any sort of political thing. But so yeah. Anyway, Avatar conspiracy theories aside, you can see that I used a super straight hashtag. If that pisses people off, it's because you don't get the joke, and I'm not trying to be mean about that. I'm not trying to be condescending and say, oh, you just don't get it. If you don't like it, it's because you just don't get it. I'm not trying to say that. It's literally a joke. The origins of Super Straight, despite what anyone may try to say, have been well documented. And they basically say, or I say they, it was one guy, really. It was traced back to one guy on TikTok. And he basically said, yeah, these kids were giving me a hard time at my school because I told them I didn't want to date a trans person. And they were giving me a hard time. And so instead of, like fighting back with hate, because it's basically fighting fire with fire, usually it doesn't always work, especially when you get into social situations. You don't want to fight hate with hate. That's not always the best answer. So he said, you know what? I'll come up with something clever. I came back and I said that I've discovered that I'm my own sexuality, super straight. It means that I only date biological female. And that was just his way. It was being, kind of sarcastic, being witty. His way of just sort of coming back, and without a hateful way of sort of coming back at the bullies. I say bullies because that's really what these people are, modern bullies. And that's the origin of Super Straight. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was very clever. And I thought, you know what? And hey, not only that, but I happen to be super straight myself. I only want biological women. I'm not going to date any trans people. If you're mad at me for that, so be it. That's my choice. You know? What happened to, everybody's like all about, oh, my body, my choice. Well, unless you don't date who we want you to date. Really? Let's go. What's up with that? To me, it's simple logic that you should be able to choose whoever you want to go out with, whoever you're attracted to. Whether it's has to do with biology, body type. Some people like skinnier people, some people like heavier people. It's all personal preference, and nobody should be able to tell anyone else who they can like or can't like or be attracted to. Anything like that. It's you do what you want, as long you do what you want. So that's why I thought Super Straight was actually pretty clever. I'm like, you know what? That's pretty funny. I'm just gonna do a little harmless tweet here. Super Straight and Proud. It's sort of a joke on the Mutant and Proud from X-Men First Class, because I'm a big X-Men nerd. I'm a big Marvel geek. At least I used to be before they started going all woke. But yeah, I was like, all right, it's a funny joke. I'll take part. And again, rather than coming to me and saying, hey, what's up with this? You're using the Super Straight hashtag. What is this? He saved it. He took a screenshot and he saved it for his little collage here. Instead of coming to me and saying, hey man, what's up with this? This one, don't care if he is not watching anything from James Gunn after he backed cancel culture. I don't even know why he took this as a screenshot. Like, is it like a holy sacrament that you have to like James Gunn? Like, if did James Gunn become a patron saint of stop motion animation or something? And like, if anybody doesn't like him, you have to be excised from the community. I don't get this one, other than I mentioned cancel culture, and obviously, since he takes part in cancel culture, he's not gonna like that I don't like it. But other than that, like, I this one baffles me. This one honestly baffles me. This one here, these thugs rioting over the death of a black man have now murdered another black man in cold blood. What is the point of all this? This one also sort of baffles me. Now, not only does this one baffle me because to me it makes sense. Like, if you're mad and rioting over the loss of black life, why are you causing more loss of black life? And the other thing that's cropped out of this picture is hashtag RIP David Dorn, which is the name of the black man who was killed, a retired police officer who was killed defending one of the shops that was being looted and burned to the ground. So basically, he's got a problem because, see, look, I'll be honest. I don't like BLM, the organization. It's a semantically overloaded name, because if you say you don't like BLM, oh, you don't like black people, you're racist. Or you think their lives don't matter, you're racist. They do that on purpose so that you can't say anything bad about it. It's nothing to do with the message or people's lives. It's the organization itself. The organization itself is crooked as hell. All they do is cause riots, civil unrest, burn things down, loot the stores. They've caused more deaths than the deaths that they were rioting over. Let's see, we've got a post, an article here from the New York Post. The group's co-founder went on a real estate buying binge, snagging 4 high-end homes. It was later revealed to be 5, a total of 5, for $3.2 million in the US alone. That's because she got more, I believe, is in the Bahamas. Also eyed property in the Bahamas. There you go, right there, later in the article. So here you've got the co-founder of the organization, a self-proclaimed Marxist, telling everyone, hey, give us money, give us money. And where does that money go? Does it go to benefit the black community? No. It's, let me enlarge this article so you can see it. It's being spent on mansions for herself and her family. So here I am simply speaking out against Black Lives Matter, the organization, and the people rioting, the people doing objective wrong. They are clearly doing wrong. And that's no good. No good. Merit movies, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. You have to like BLM. You have to stand for the rights. And here's something I found funny. Let's go, because I thought it was, you know, simple. This 9-year-old girl understands.
I said there should be no BLM in schools, period. It does not matter the color you make the posters and the font you use. We all understand the meaning. It is a political message about getting rid of police officers, rioting, burning buildings down while King Governor Welch just sits on his throne and watches. We all know. Changing the font or the color of posters does not change the meaning. I am 9 years old and I know that.
See, 9 years old, she gets it. She gets it at 9 years old. So, you know, this is, to me, it's just simple, common sense logic. But he had a big problem with that. He had a big problem with that. And he goes on, man. He didn't stop, man. He went all out. He went all out. He had all this thing about, you know, he was looking at my Discord server. He was posting stuff on Instagram. He said, oh, look, a stream, but he didn't even watch the stream. He didn't even come in there to talk to me. But see, that's the thing. I did a stream, a 3-hour stream in response to this initial attack to say, hey, let me address it. To me, it seemed like it was really a mix-up. It's like, dude, you're accusing me of this stuff. You've clearly got it wrong. Let's just talk it out. Because that's how civilized societies work, right? Is we talk things out. Right. And so I did a 3-hour stream here, and you can't say that he wasn't aware of it because he posted about it right here. He made a Twitter post about it right here. So by his own admission, he was aware of me streaming in response, but did not show up. Failed to again, like I said, through all of this, failed to reach out, say anything. And then when I made a comment here in my Discord, and he's in my Discord server, so he's taking these screenshots because he's in my Discord server, and well, enlarging that actually cropped it off, but he took this screenshot here from my Discord server, and I say, I totally agree. I've sent DMs with no response, which I was talking about to some of the other people who were sort of throwing their hat into the ring and seem to have wrong information. Like Leo Legendary is a pretty big stop motion channel. I've done voices for him before, and he was posting stuff saying, oh, it's really sad to see Orbital act like this. And so I DM'd Leo Legendary to say, hey man, I've worked with you before. You can talk to me about this. I'm more than happy to discuss it. And Leo Legendary actually showed up on my live stream. He actually had the balls to show up, and we talked it out. Now, we sort of disagreed. We still sort of disagreed at the end because he felt like doing the whole woke tactics of fighting past racism with present racism was valid. And I said I disagreed. But at the very least, we talked it out and we came to a respectable conclusion that, you know, the agree to disagree thing. And since then, I mean, we've talked maybe like once or twice on Instagram via comments, you know, like he'll make a post about an old stop motion that I was in, and I'll comment on, oh yeah, I remember this. And he'll, oh yeah, hell, good times, man. You know, so we've kind of talked back and forth once or twice on Instagram since then, because I at least respect him for showing up and talking to me. Merritt wouldn't even show up and talk to me, and he knew what was going on. And then he says, look, I never got DMs, man. Never got DMs, man. But it's not worth talking to what's already being shown. So what you're saying here is that you wouldn't have talked to me even if I had DM'd you, but that you're trying to make some point that because I didn't DM, why would I DM you? You're the one who launched the attack. My DMs have already been open. They've been open the entire time. You're the one who went to Twitter and started all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I DM Merritt? Why would I waste my time? And he even says it's not even worth talking about. Other people were DMing here, and he says that he won't even he says, I chose not to reply. Because there were people, either, I don't even know if they were defending me. They were like sort of calling him out. Dudes like you is what's ruining entertainment. Yeah, this is why we can't make jokes anymore. This is why we can't make jokes anymore. And then, let's see. This is some more stuff here. Because like I said, I'm not going to hide anything. And this is all on Twitter. You guys can go look it up yourselves. He got mad at me for liking tweets. If you see at the top of the screen, let me make sure it's not cropped. Yeah, you can see it there. These are what I liked. These aren't my posts, obviously. You can see the names. These aren't mine. These are just things that I like. And it says, the victims are all white, so where's the solidarity for these victims? Where are the commercials that say stop white hate? Because, you know, we've got the Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate. But when people go on shooting sprees and admit that they targeted white people specifically, no, you can't say anything about that. And all I did was like that tweet, and that was horrible. That was horrible. So you can see that Merritt doesn't think highly of white people, even though he's white. He likes to take offense on behalf of black people. You have to blindly follow BLM, even though someone like a 9-year-old can figure out that BLM is garbage. And this was something I thought was interesting too when I went to his page. Scroll down, because he doesn't post that frequently. So yeah, here we go. Because July 11th, July 2nd. Where's the 4th of July? Where's celebrating 4th of July? Before my Twitter account was suspended, you can guarantee I had 4th of July on there. I've got it on my Instagram. We'll go, in fact, I'll show you right now, because that Instagram has not been suspended. Let me load up so make sure it doesn't load my DMs. There we go. So yeah, you can see it's actually the last thing I posted on Instagram is about 4th of July. Yeah, this guy doesn't even like America, as far as I can tell. He doesn't even like America. So, but let's get back to why he attacked me, because like I said, I think there was a separate reason for why he did all this. Because there's a lot of other people that say the same things that I say. But why did he choose me? Why did he choose to come after me? Well, it's pretty interesting actually, because I noticed that they were saying things like, let me get back to his Twitter here. They were saying things like, "Oh, I never liked Orbital to begin with, and he doesn't deserve the platform he's on. We got to get him out of where he stands, you know, his platform." And I thought that was interesting because I'm like, you know, what? Who cares? I don't use any of the platforms when he's referring to platforms he's talking about with Johnny Flash and Swagwave, the two that he went after the most. And it's like I don't use those to promote any of my personal stuff. This is all my personal Twitter account that you yourself are like stalking. So like what? Who cares, right? But let me pull up some of their tweets here, because him and his friends would say stuff like, "Oh, I never liked him to begin with, and you know, we need to get rid of him. I don't like his acting or his voice or whatever." And so it's like it started to dawn on me that's like, I wonder if this has to do with like wanting to get me out because they want my spot, you know, like where I'm at with Swagwave and Johnny Flash eventually. So let's get some screenshots pulled up here. Who wants to go into Discord servers? Here we go. Wants to go into Discord servers. So that's what I did. I went into some Discord servers here. And noticed that he was celebrating like most heroes do. You know, most good guys, most like virtuous people that are doing the right thing. You know, they usually celebrate the downfall. They're not remorseful that someone that like the villain had to be dealt with so harshly. You know, usually you like Captain America, you know, he doesn't try to like talk anything out. He doesn't try to reason with anyone. Nah, he just goes straight to murder. like a true hero, and then dances on their grave like a true hero. So this was something from his one of his discords that he's in, saying that, oh, tell that to Orbital Bacon too, but hey, he's been fired from most of his positions, LMAO, which is not true. I was fired from 2 positions, the 2 that he cared about, the ones that I was actually making my livelihood on. This is another thing that I find interesting is, you know, in sort of old school arguments, if you didn't get along with somebody, you went up, you had it out, right? You talk, or even if it didn't get physical, you just sort of, you go up to him, you call him a piece of shit, and you move on, right? You go, oh man, I didn't like this that you said, I didn't like that you said, you're a piece of shit. Oh yeah, oh well, your mother. You know, you kind of go back and forth, you do this thing, and then you move on, right? But when did it become the new norm or the okay thing to go after people's jobs and livelihoods and families, really, by extension? Because what you're doing, oh, don't worry, Josephine, I'm not gonna cry, I'm fine. Because even though he claims here that I was fired from most of my positions, it was just 2. I'm still in every other project. And what's funny is what's gonna backfire on him is that the projects that I'm still in realize what they did and don't want to work with any of them. So like TFI Creations, Merit Movies, MP Cons, all these guys that were part of the cancel mob, they'll never get to work with like Galvatron's Revenge or Ultra Marcus or anything like that. So good luck to these guys. But yeah, it was weird that we used to just sort of have it out mano a mano, like, hey, you're an asshole, fuck you, whatever. You know, you talk your shit. If it happens to get physical, I mean, sometimes it does, you know. I've been in a couple of fights. I've won some, I've lost some. I mean, that's just how everybody goes. Anybody who tells you that they've never lost a fight is lying. They've probably never been in a fight. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, it was just weird. Like, okay, so why are we using these weird underhanded tactics now that we're going to go after people's livelihoods, their ability to put food on the table for them and their families? It's bizarre. It's really bizarre. And to celebrate it too. And to celebrate it, to go, oh yeah, LMAO, he's lost his jobs. He can't put food on the table. Ha ha ha. Because he doesn't like things that I like. Because he has a different political opinion than me. I have now taken away his ability to put food on the table, at least temporarily. Bounce back pretty quick. I don't stay down for long. See, that's the thing I like to say about these idiots, that when you're dealing with a real freaking prime, because I am certified G1 in a real freaking prime, you better make sure I'm all the way dead. Because just like a real freaking prime, I'm coming back. So you see here, this is just one of the screenshots. I've got a few here because they celebrate it. It's bizarre how they celebrate it. And it's not just me. And don't think, oh, well, you're saying all this because it's you personally. This same server that I took these screenshots from, I'm wondering if I have one that's more zoomed out so you can see it. They say some of the most vile stuff. And I'll do a more detailed video on this in the future so that you can see like the real true colors of these people. But I mean, it's brutal. It is freaking brutal. This is another one. You can see this is on the tail end of Merit posting his thing here at the beginning of the thread for the Orbital BS. And you can see this is this new guy. All right, so I don't know if Ultra Marcus is still in here. Crimson Raptors, I know you're in here. You guys know who this Optimus. This is that Optimus Prime 9942. He's like one of the new Optimus Prime impersonators that people are starting to get a little buzz around. And see, here's the thing. It's nothing about, oh, he's better than me or competition or anything like that. If he was a decent guy, I'd be like, yeah, more power to him. I mean, you can see my own, even though my name was old, this was old. This was from like This says April 7th, 2020. Yeah, it's from like over a year ago. But this is a screenshot of something I said where I said, yeah, he's pretty good. He's still got a lot to learn. Now, this was like over a year ago. So at the time, that was my thought on him. He's pretty good. He's got a lot to learn. I don't see what's wrong with that. But apparently this is the shit that I said. And it's right here. He's got another one. That Optimus is okay, but he has a long way to go. That's how I started out, as okay with a long way to go. So I'm just kind of giving my honest opinion on this guy, and he starts saying how terrible I am. He's posting these screenshots, and he's telling people that I'm not a good person. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, he says that I accused him of being 14, so I didn't get the job as Prime as Johnny Flash, which is not true. I actually have proof of that. That he, for one, he is 14, and he's actually lying to everyone else about his age. But because I found out the truth about his age, he told everyone else that I was lying, and that apparently I lied to Johnny Flash so that he wouldn't get a job, even though that's not true. That never happened. Because I already had the job as Optimus. He was actually trying to take it and didn't get it. I'm kind of going all over the place here because I've got the screenshots like jumbled up. These are just examples of some of the people who are involved in this and like what type of people that they are. I mean, here you've got a tweet from Crosshairs. This is Crosshairs Productions, and he's talking about Frederick because Frederick got they attempted to cancel him for similar stuff. And you can see he's got hashtag BLM in his Twitter handle here, and someone who has ACAB in their Twitter handle, which for anyone who doesn't know stands for All Cops Are Bastards. So yeah, these are the type of people that you're dealing with. These are the type of people that you're dealing with that say that I'm terrible, that I'm a horrible person for liking things on Twitter, or saying like half sentences, super straight and proud. I don't even know if that's a complete sentence. Saying incomplete sentences on Twitter and things like that. I mean, just these minor things that, like I said, you can judge me for yourself. I showed you the actual screenshots they used themselves to make up all this stuff, but you can see that these are the type of people making the accusations. And what that all leads to jump to the to present day, why the video was titled, "Oh, what happened to the freaking Prime?" is, like I said, because I still get asked. People still wonder, like, "Oh, why aren't you voicing for Johnny? Why aren't you voicing for Swagwave?" Well, that's why. Because Merit Movies, this guy, Merit Movies, took it upon himself, guy right here, took it upon himself to say that the jokes I was making in a live stream were too offensive, and the posts that I was liking on Twitter were inappropriate, that liking them is a crime, and that I should lose my job, my livelihood, and everything for these comments and these posts. Because, you know, he's the moral avatar, right? And that's the funny thing that people need to remember, is nobody's perfect. None of us are. None of us are perfect. So I wonder what skeletons are in his closet. You know what I mean? Because people started coming after me. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alex Justice, formerly known as Jellyfish the actor, but he changed that because Jellyfish the actor was starting to get a pretty bad reputation as being an SO, being a creeper, someone who makes women very uncomfortable, to the point where women on female voice actors, women on projects would not want to work with him if he was involved in the project because of how uncomfortable he made them. So he had to change his name from Jellyfish the actor to Alex Justice. And it's funny how he's actually replaced me in a lot of roles. Even though he only has like one voice, he can't do any other voices. He has the one voice. But yeah, it's just funny that the people who want to morally reprimand you are usually the biggest degenerates. They're usually the biggest degenerates. So you've got people like Merit Movies, Alex Justice, these guys. That's why you don't see me working for Swagwave or Johnny Flash, which is fine. I wouldn't actually go back to do a Swagwave. I would work with Johnny again. I honestly would. I wouldn't go back to Swagwave though. He would have to pay me like thousands of huge payout just to go back for him. I wouldn't do it. Oh, here we go. Here's another one of the screenshots I was looking for. So yeah, this is Infinite Stevos. He's one of the ones on Twitter that was also saying, "Oh, I never liked Orbital to begin with." And you can see the Optimus Prime 9942, whatever is he goes by in the credits for the YouTube videos. He says Orbital is just rude, and then of course rude, homophobic, transphobic, racist. Yeah, all the istophobes. I'm all the istophobes. You know, they gotta throw all the istophobes in there. Every one of them. Throw them all in there. Hell yeah. I mean, to me, it's funny. But yeah, you can see that, like, they don't like me for whatever reason. I have different political views. They don't like my opinions on things. And I think most importantly, I was in their way. They couldn't compete with me in the arena of talent, so they had to use the cancel method. They had to go, oh, man, he's embedded. He's made himself invaluable to these channels. He's not going anywhere anytime soon when it comes to talent. We're not going to be able to outdo him. So we got to cancel him. We got to use this underhanded, pussy-footed shit to get rid of him. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, really, because like I'm already bouncing back when it comes to being able to put food on the table. I'm still putting food on the table, so you don't have to worry about that. And I appreciate the donations tonight from Ultra Marcus and Baby Blue. Hell yeah, pound it. Give an extra pound for you guys. Hell yeah. You know, keeps the channel going. Every dollar is a middle finger to cancel culture. For these woke idiots. And yeah, it's just something that I thought, you know, I'm looking at who's doing this. I'm looking at who they're focusing on when it comes to showing this information, because they made sure to show Swagwave the tweets and the Instagram posts. And I'm going, oh, you know, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. I think I had a couple of other screenshots that show the coincidence of, you know, who works for who now. Yeah, you can see here, Merritt again. Oh, I was the one who called Bacon out for his racist and problematic shit on Twitter. You know, he's basically trying to get clout off of this. And this was something that I found interesting here. So this is the description of an MP Cons video. MP Cons is another channel who is involved in the cancel shit. But what I circled here is that his special effects are done by Spectro Studios, this channel here. Now, I've got nothing against Spectro Studios, but I just took note of that because the new effects guy for Swagwave is Spectro Studios. And Spectro Studios is in their Discord. He says this is why Mitch's MP Cons pays me per video. So he's on the payroll. This guy, Spectro Studios, is on the payroll of the cancel mob. And guess who the new effects guy for Swagwave is? Spectro Studios. So they get me out of there for the editing position anyway. There's a bunch of voice roles to fill, and of course Alex Justice is filling most of those. But yeah, Spectro Studios, lo and behold, is the new editing guy. You know, what a coincidence! What a coincidence! And with the effects, that's one thing. Okay. So, because that's not they themselves, but I'm wondering, have any of them benefited themselves? And there's a few of them that I don't know about Merritt himself, but you can see in some of these posts, like who the other people are talking. And their fingerprints are like all over this. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a couple more screenshots that I hadn't uploaded before the stream to see if I want to show you this one from Alex where he basically admits to being an SO. It was pretty funny, actually. He just straight out, like, I called him out. I'm like, dude, you're an SO. Like, what are you doing coming after me, trying to morally reprimand me when you've done way worse shit? And he basically is like, yeah, I know. He basically was just like, yeah, I know. But, you know, we're talking about you right now. Trying to find that screenshot. You guys got to see this. It's, oh man, fucking hilarious. It's great. Oh, anyway, while I look for that, I'll catch up with the chat here just to see what you guys think, because I've just been going off on a rant. Ian Ross, you're pissed. Yeah, I mean, and it's one thing to be pissed. Yeah, you know, be pissed if you want. I'm not even, to me, it's like, I'm not even mad. It's more like, I'd rather people just know the truth, because it's very one-sided. You know, it's another reason why I don't understand why Merritt wouldn't just come talk to me. Here's the one from Alex. I found the one from Alex Justice. But anyway, I don't understand why Merritt wouldn't just come talk to me and say, hey man, you know, you're posting this stuff on Twitter. What do you mean by that? Or I take issue with that. You know, I got a problem with it. This and that. You know, he could have said any number of things really just to start a conversation, even if it was confrontational. It's not like I would have ignored him. I would have addressed him and said, oh, well, yeah, here's what I think. This is why. You know, and we could have either come to some sort of agreement, or like me and Leo Legendary did. We could have just agreed to disagree. Said, okay, I see where you're coming from. You see where I'm coming from. We don't really see eye to eye. And that's fine. And we left it at that. But
I got targeted in Sailor Moon Amino community because someone didn't like my ideas and opinions. They tried to turn my friends against me and do wolf in sheep costume. There was nothing political here, so it makes it worse. I explain more in DMs.
Hell yeah, Galvatron. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hell yeah. Pound it. Pound it. That's 2 more middle fingers. Every dollar is a middle finger. That's 2 more middle fingers to cancel culture. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, pound it. Yeah, and that's the thing too. It doesn't even have to be political. That just mine just so happened to be, because that's the stuff that was easiest for them to make an issue out of. But see, that's the thing. People will come after you for anything. Look at what they're doing in Hollywood now, like with the Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, and how the actress literally attacked the fan. Well, I say literally attacked, not physically, but like she put out a video just talking shit to the fans, just saying, "Oh, you guys, yeah, we couldn't get an actress that looks like the anime character. Deal with it. You know, a bunch of horny man babies and all this." And, you know, they're calling people names. Kevin Smith telling fans to fuck off. This is not how you treat fans. This is not how you treat people that you have a disagreement with. You know what I mean? So it's just, I thought it was excessive, you know, beyond excessive. It's not even excessive. It's dishonorable. There's no honor in it. Like, how can you sleep at night go, oh, I cost a person their job because I disagreed with them? How can you feel like that's honorable? Crazy. All right, so let me show you this from Alex. This is from, oh, I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit. Let me zoom out to make sure it's not getting... All right, here we go. This is from Alex Justice. And this is him. He's coming at me. All right? He has nothing to do with this. He had nothing to do with this when the drama was going down. Oh, Boglam's back. Great content. Watching other videos. Oh, hell yeah, Boglam. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Sorry it's been so chaotic, man. Sorry it's been so chaotic. But I appreciate you checking out my streams, dude. I love the content you put out. Praise Boglam Chronicles magic. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, this is what Alex sent me. He came after me, right? He had nothing to do with this, right? He comes at me saying, you know, oh, high and mighty, like telling me he's got the ultimatum here. He says, okay, Bacon, since me sending you a message on Discord didn't work, I'll send you one here. That's because I had ignored his he sent me the exact same thing on Discord, by the way, with like this opening paragraph, and I ignored it because it's like, who are you? You know, who are you to come morally reprimand me? I know your past, buddy. I know where you've been. I know where you came from, man. I know your old identity that you tried to scrub off the internet. But he says, okay, Bacon, since me sending you a message on Discord didn't work, I'll send you one here. You've been given 2 weeks. You've got 2 weeks. You've got 24 hours. I love the time limits, you know, the ultimatums, the time limits. You got 2 weeks to come up with a time to talk things out with Moose and myself. Moose was another person who tried to insert himself into the drama to gain himself a little clout. And I've heard back from him, but said that you have yet to do it. I tried to message you last week on Discord, but it looks like I can't send you a message. No, I just ignored it. So I've decided that you will no longer be collaborating, which who cares? That's inconsequential. However, I'm not going to block you. Others may have, but I'm not going to. The door will be open when you want to apologize for what you've done. Look how he's coming at me like I've committed some heinous crime, and he's reprimanding me like a parent.
Cowards stab you in the back and run. They'll never face you, face to face.
Damn right, Silver. Damn right. Hell yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, Silver. Hell yeah. Appreciate that. You ain't kidding. So right now, he's basically telling me this ultimatum, like, you have to apologize for these mean tweets. And, you know, if you don't, then you're not going to collaborate with me anymore, which I'm already just coming at me like this. Dude, I'm not collaborating with you regardless. But this is what I respond to him. I said, look, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself, but not even you want any of that. Of course, that wouldn't stop an SO like you anyway. You may have forgotten about the skeletons in your closet, but I didn't. So get off your high and mighty bullshit with this garbage. You and Moose can go chase clout somewhere else. I'm too busy for your dumb shit. You know, I basically tell him, like, look, I remember the stuff. I know why your name is Alex Justice now and no longer Jellyfish the actor. I know why you deleted your old YouTube channel, completely scrubbed it. I know why you completely scrubbed your old Facebook account and deleted that. I'm well aware of why you have completely changed your online presence and scrubbed your past online persona. I am well aware, so don't come at me with this shit. And he doesn't even deny it. He basically, to paraphrase this, and I'm going to read this, but basically to paraphrase it, he just goes, yeah, I know. He says, I haven't forgotten about my skeletons, Bacon. It's because of those skeletons that I finally realized I'm not as good a person as I thought I was. That's why I'm doing all I can be to be a good person. Dude, trying to tear down other people is not being a good person. I'm just going to like give you a heads up. Like, if you want to make amends for your past transgressions, you don't go around tearing down other people for having different opinions than you. That's not valiant. That's not noble. That's not going to redeem anything that you've done in your past. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little heads up right now. Spoiler warning. He says, I've been sending apology letters. He says, I've been doing all that I can be to be a good person. I've been sending apology letters to the people I've done wrong. I may have been a bit of a perv in my life, and it's hard for me to remember.
Check DMs because I want to show everyone what I went through, and there is texts on it too.
All right, hell yeah, Galvatron. We'll check that out. Hell yeah, appreciate that. Thank you for powering the space bridge. Hell yeah, appreciate that. But he says, I may have been a bit of a perv in my life, and it's hard for me to remember whom I've disturbed, perhaps because there were so many of them. But if there were women out there who thought I was a disgusting pig, well, I mean, I thought you said you were sending apology letters. I'm pretty sure you're well aware that there are women out there who think you're a disgusting pig, man. I'm pretty sure that you're well aware of that. I'll gladly apologize and ask for forgiveness. I mean, I thought that's what you were doing. Wait a minute. Something just dawned on me. maybe it's not apology letters. When you're a registered SO, don't you have to send out letters to the community letting them know? Maybe those are the letters he's sending out. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, if he could count and actually recall the innumerable amount of women that he's disturbed, he would send them letters of apology and ask for forgiveness every day. Otherwise, every day he's atoning for his mistakes by trying to go after people who have a social political opinion they don't like. So this is the type of people. This is the type of person who has been doing this stuff. So again, when you're wondering, where's the freaking Prime? How come he's not voicing? And I'm not even trying to say like who's better, because I'll even admit that I think the new guy, Orion Zax, I think is the new guy who does the voice for Johnny Flash. I'll even admit he sounds pretty good. I'm like, oh wow, that really does sound like Peter Cullen. Does it sound like the freaking Prime? No, because I'm the freaking Prime. Johnny, even, like I said at the beginning of the stream, we were planning to make it official. We had the interview that he and I recorded that I'm still going to release. We had plans to do live streams from his channel with my setup here. I basically embodied the freaking Prime. You know, it was my improv, it was my personality that I put into the character. So yeah, Orion Zaxby's, man, he does a great impression of Peter Cullen, but he's not the freaking Prime. And so people have been coming to me and asking, like, are you coming back? You know, these short little skets where he does Toy Story reenactments are pretty funny, but are you going to come back and do the freaking Prime? Sorry, guys, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. And if you're wondering why, you can thank Merit Movies and Alex Justice and TFI Creations and channels like that who participate in this woke cancel culture, who want to take people down because they disagree with them or they don't like their opinions, you know? And this isn't like a pity party, like, oh, I'm just letting you know, because I'm fine. That's what I said at the beginning of the stream, and I'll say it again. I'm doing fine. I don't want anybody to be angry. I don't want anybody to go like, oh man, you know, poor Bacon or anything. No. This is just to answer all those questions that I've seen people asking, as well as to finally put it out there, because I'll tell you, I really hesitated to say anything for a long time. Obviously, I'm talking about drama that happened like 4 months ago or something. But the reason why is because I was like, you know what? I'm going to lay low. I'm not even going to give it any attention. I'm not trying to stir the waters for anyone that I am working with, whether they agree with me or not, you know? So I'm just going to ignore it, just sort of let it breeze by. But because they were making such a rattled noise to Johnny and Swagwave specifically, because see, that's the thing, most if not all of the other project, well, with the exception of one because he works with Crosshairs, but every other channel with the exception of one.
There is a topical video in the DMs about this cancel BS and how we handle those that dare try to come for us for having a different take.
Oh, hell yeah, Bug. Hell yeah. Appreciate it. Pound it. Pound it. Hell yeah, Bug. You know what? We're going to watch it. We're going to check it out. I'm going to need to go down. I'm going to have to go down to the fireside. Yeah, we're going to have to go down here. We're going to have to go down to the reactions and check this out, because I've got quite a few things to react to now. This is great. This is great. I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that, guys. Hell yeah. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. And speaking of, you know, that reminds me, because talking about like cancel culture or BLM for that matter, you know, this was a guy right here. I meant to bring this one up earlier because I mentioned that Merit Movies and Alex Justice for that matter, and pretty much all of the guys who came after me are white. And they're telling me, how dare you not support BLM? And I'm going, well,
I sent my message and screenshots to DMs now. I want you to read it loud, please, because you helped me light my darkest hour.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Lord Galvatron. I appreciate that. Do we light your darkest hour? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Light your darkest hour, man. Hell yeah. Pound it. That's what we do here, you know?
Fight like hell for your beliefs. No one has the right to put you down for a fucking opinion. You stand strong. Never be afraid to stick up for you or anyone else. It's about being there for your fellow man. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah, you can get a hell yeah, damn it, Open. Pound it. That's right, fight like hell, never back down. Never back down, that's right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Pound it, pound it. Hell yeah. And that's the thing is you have to fight for what you believe in. And I was simply putting out my opinion, just like they had it in their names. They had it in their Twitter handles. You know, I don't understand the double standard of why is it okay to have BLM or all cops are bastards in your Twitter handle, but I can't say my opinion. Even in a lighthearted fashion, even in a way where it's like, oh, you know, super straight and proud, you know, just sort of poking fun at it, you know, haha. I can't even do it in a lighthearted manner. What's with the double standard there? We can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. It's not how it should work, man. That's not how it should work. And when these guys, the reason I bring up the fact that Merritt and all these guys are white and they're taking offense on behalf of other people is because when that group that you're getting offended on behalf of, that you're basically treating them as like this monolithic, homogenized group that all think the same way. That just because they're black, they must automatically support BLM. And so anyone who doesn't support BLM is automatically racist. And I'm like, dude, do you not realize that every person, regardless of what color their skin is an individual and is gonna feel their own way about things? Case in point, a YouTube channel that I'm a big fan of. Big fan. Young Ripper. Eric July. This dude, man, he shoots from the hip. He'll just tell you like it is. And guess what? He's not a big fan of BLM. I'll let you tell him himself.
What up, everybody? So I'm gonna try to take my time with this. I've done this video before. I believe I did a video like this almost 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna say some of the same things, but it's all about updating your resume. Certainly when things come there in fruition and there's culturally things are different. Okay, so that's one of my things is why I wanted to do this video. So as you could tell by the title, in no capacity would I march alongside, support, use the slogan in a positive manner, or anything of that nature when it comes to the whole Black Lives Matter thing.
I mean, that's it right there. I'm not going to go through the whole video. I'm not going to go through the whole video right now, but I mean, it's that right there. And this is just one person. You can do your own research and you can find no shortage. There is no shortage of black people who they themselves do not support the movement because they realize the corrupt aspect of it. They realize the harm that it's doing. How they want to defund the police, which actually makes neighborhoods more dangerous and actually leads to deaths. They say Black Lives Matter. Why are you leading to more deaths then by making the neighborhoods unsafe, defunding the police? This is why people like Eric here don't like the movement. This is why I don't like the movement. It has nothing to do with the actual people's lives. That's why it's a semantically overloaded name. They did that on purpose. They tried to make it impossible to disagree with, you know? But that's why. That's why. And so for me, it's just putting my thoughts out there. And I was quiet for a long time. I was quiet for like a really long time. You know, I didn't say anything about this. I basically, and not to say that I just went like quietly into the night. I did that stream initially. It was like a 3-hour stream where I did a response to say, hey, you know, these are just jokes. Why are you taking it out of context? Why are you attacking me like this? And he didn't even merit, nobody of the cancel mob showed up to defend it. It was just all the people that they had gotten riled up with the post. You know, they had gotten a lot of people emotional. So people showed up to the stream, whether they wanted to show support or show derision and you know, question me, but at least they showed up. But since you know, I did that initial response and then didn't really do anything else after that. I was sort of keeping to myself. And then I realized this isn't the way to handle it. When somebody attacks you, you can't just, you know, and I said earlier, you know, you don't want to fight fire with fire. You don't fight hate with hate. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not sitting here going, oh, I hate these guys, because I don't hate them. If anything, you've heard me. I've been sitting here laughing at a lot of the stuff because it confuses me. It baffles me. I'm like, why are they behaving in this way? You know, beyond my own theories of why they might be behaving in this way for personal gain, you know, clout and all that. It's just like, you know, why do this? Why do this? I don't hate these guys. I don't want to fight hate with hate, but at the same time, I don't think it's the right course of action to take no action. If you've ever heard the saying that evil prevails when good men do nothing, and I'm not even trying to say that I'm the good man, I'm the good guy, but I believe what I believe. You know, I feel strongly about it, and that doesn't mean that I'm closed-minded. I'll listen to arguments, but I haven't heard or seen anything, because in my eyes, what's in front of you, reality, you know, doesn't lie. And when I see the footage of the riots, the looting, you know, when I see the reports of the deaths, the obituaries, it's all right there. Nobody has to tell me anything. I'm making the decision based on what I'm seeing, you know? And I should be able to talk about that. I should have the freedom. Like I said in the title of this stream, No Freedom for Optimus Prime, you know, that's one of the things that drew me to Optimus Prime as a character, even at a young age, was that he believed in true freedom, that everyone deserved freedom. And guess what? True freedom means that people are going to say things you don't like. People often say that free speech does not mean that you're free from consequences. Yes, it does. The consequences that come with speech are illegal speech. The speech that comes with consequences isn't protected under free speech. You can't, you know, incite people to violence, things like that. You know, the things that aren't protected under free speech they're illegal, you know? So of course there are some things you can't say without consequences, but they're not protected under free speech. But the whole purpose, the whole reason that free speech even exists is to protect the opinions that you don't like. Because think about it this way. If everyone agreed with each other, if we all had the opinions that gelled with each other, why would we need free speech? What would be the point of even needing free speech protection if everyone agreed with each other? Because no one would ever say something that someone else doesn't like and doesn't want them to say. Everyone agrees. So you say you like bologna sandwiches? Well, everyone likes bologna sandwiches. So nobody's going to say that they don't like bologna sandwiches. So why do you need free speech about bologna sandwiches? Free speech is there for the person or group of people, even if they're the minority, even if it's just one or two people who don't like bologna sandwiches. Free speech is there for them to say, hey, I don't like bologna sandwiches. And all the other people who like bologna are going to go, oh, I can't believe that. How dare they say that they don't like bologna? That's what free speech is there for. Do you get it? And for these people to turn around, the cancel mob, these woke people that say, oh, well, it's consequences, not cancel culture, it's consequences. Let's continue to use the bologna analogy. So the people who like bologna would then turn around and say, well, you have the freedom of speech to say you don't like bologna, but that doesn't make you free from consequences, so we're not going to fire you from your job or punch you in the face or burn your house down or whatever. Well, then it's not really freedom of speech, is it then? Because you can't say you don't like bologna or you're going to face consequences. So it's not really freedom anymore, is it? And that's really what I'm getting at, you know? Is that you've got these people who want to say that it's the consequences for your actions. Oh, these people, look, you know, you're an istophobe, you've done this and that, and you should be held accountable. But what about you? What about the transgressions you've done in your life? Because nobody's perfect. So you've messed up too. We all have. Really, nobody should be throwing stones here. That's a dangerous game. That's a look at Alex. That's why I went through and pulled up Alex's DM, because it's a dangerous game to start throwing stones when nobody is perfect. Not a one of us. Not a one. All right, let me get into these DMs that you guys sent me. I want to check this out. I appreciate those contributions. Let's see what we got here from Mr. Bug. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Bug. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. We got to hold the line. That's right. Hold the line. Tonight, we dine in hell. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nightmare Reina says, I sure hope I don't get canceled for saying this, but you like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Yeah, I heard something about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They were trying to like cancel that now. I don't know what's going on, but you know, that's all we can say about that too. Nightmare Reina's yada yada does it. Oh,
Let
hell
S
yeah.
go Jason. Preach the word, homie. I Victor Hale agree 100%, buddy.
Oh, hell yeah. Victor, yo, what's up, buddy? Pound it. Hell yeah, man. It's good to see you. Thank you for powering the space bridge. Yeah. What is up, man? That's what's up. Hell yeah, man. No, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Victor. And I'm glad you agree. And that's the thing, man. You know, it's like I said, it's not about coming back with hate. It's not about coming back with anger. It's about just simply taking a stand. You can't just do nothing. You can't just let them run over you. You know what I mean? You got to put it out there. And that's what I thought about when I wanted to do this stream, was like not coming out and going, oh, I'm going to, you know, talk smack about this and that just to talk smack. It was, no, I want to put the truth out there. You know, like I want to show the attack that they did. You know, it's not even like I'm going to spin it away. It's like, no. Here, you look and see for yourselves. This is what they did. And you make your own judgments, because this is how I feel about it. And I'm not going to be quiet anymore. I'm not going to like just stay quiet, you know? I know, Bug. I know it only went halfway through. It's because it's a movie clip and I don't want Susie taking the stream down. You know what I'm saying? If you play too long of a movie clip, Susie gets mad. Susie gets mad and she wants to come after the stream. I don't want to see that happening. I don't want to see that happening, but I appreciate that, buddy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let's see. I think I had a DM from Galvatron here. All right, so this was an example. This is what Galvatron sent us here. Take a look at this. This is from the Sailor Moon Amino. Mercury, stop. He's banned permanently. End of discussion. And what exactly he did is private. Now please stop asking for him to be unbanned. Oh, it sounds like they weren't even giving you a chance, man. They ain't kidding. They don't come back. The ban is permanent. Oh man, they ain't kidding, man. See what this says. If you're a banned user, we don't allow them to come here again. Every banned user was banned for a good reason.
I want you to read my message and screenshots out loud.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what we're getting to, Galvatron. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Pound it. Yeah, we've got every banned user was banned for a good reason. See, that's the thing. They always think that they're right, you know? They always think, hey, I'm in the right. I get to be the moral high ground here. It's ridiculous, you know? It's really ridiculous. Okay, so these are the screenshots that were sent by a friend of mine. This is what Galvatron sent me. I'm going to just read to accompany what this screenshot here. This is what Galvatron wanted to share his experience. All right, so we're sharing Galvatron's experience here with cancel culture. Give Galvatron a shout out here. He says that these screenshots were sent by a friend of mine. There was this person named Sun Twins in Sailor Moon Amino. She got a good reputation, and everyone else thought she was a good and nice person. But however, she doesn't act like she calls anyone and doesn't like, or I'm sorry, she doesn't like when anyone that she doesn't this was worded weird. She calls anyone she doesn't like childish. And said it to me a lot, to anyone who stands up. Okay, so it sounds like anyone who stands up to her or says something that she doesn't like, she calls them childish, is what it sounds like. Okay. People get fooled by her pretending to be nice and play the victim card. See, don't they always play the victim card too? Have you noticed that being a victim has become like popular? Which is another thing that just baffles me. Why is being a victim popular? This is something I wish I could take credit for this quote, but this was something that I heard Candace Owens say. And she said that when everyone is the victim, or if you yourself are always the victim, then you're never the hero. And I thought that was like a really good quote because it's so true that when victimhood status is being glorified, everyone wants to say that they're being oppressed for something or that they're attacked for something, victimized, marginalized, whatever. Why? Why do you want to be that? Why don't you want to be the one who's defying all of that and standing strong? If you're always the victim, you're never the hero. So I see this a lot, man, that they play victim. So let's get back. This is Galvatron's testimony here. So he says that so she would always play the victim and villainize you and anyone else who stood up to her. Basically, you wanted to role play as Scourge, the chat owner, and a different person who is nice to you, or with the chat owner, a different person who is nice to you. The Sun Twins said no, and if it's a Transformers character, she threatened to leave the chat and throw a fit. Okay, so she doesn't like Transformers. Okay. The chat owner said yes, but she and her followers said no and killed off the chat and said, "Wow, I can't believe expressing your opinion can her you crucified. This is so childish." Oh, it sounds like she started calling people childish. Okay. And killed off the chat that you were in by having her followers leave and vacate it. The leaders and mods take her side and you got the consequences and silenced. Oh, wow. So anyone who stood up against Sun Twins or make them the bullies to the Sun Twins because they got fooled with the whole wolf in sheep's costume thing, like you said. All right. So it sounds like the Sun Twins are being sort of fooled by this wolf in sheep's clothing, playing the victim mentality. Sounds like they're buying into it, which is regrettable. She nearly took one of your best friends, or your best online friends, from you until your friend saw through her true colors and left her, and now they hate her. See, that's the thing. When these people are exposed, when the truth comes out, oftentimes it's not pretty. And you can end up making more enemies that, when you're chasing clout, when you say, oh, I'm going to take this person down and maybe a few people might like me, you might end up making more enemies than friends, because when people realize, hey, that wasn't really the way to go about it. You shouldn't be trying to get people fired from their jobs or like with this story here from Galvatron, you shouldn't be trying to get people kicked out of a fandom group, let people hang out, let them chill, and it sounds like when people find out, they don't always remain friends. And that's the thing you got to be careful about. So let me finish the story here. When Galvatron says that when hackers tried to get him banned by harassing him and tried to get him banned for months until in January, they did attack art on you and banned you, but also banned them, but also you as well. So it sounds like they posted a bunch of art trying to get you banned, and it sounds like everyone got banned. That's regrettable, man. That sucks. The Sun Twins used it as an opportunity to get rid of Galvatron and said that his ban is permanent. He got depressed and hurt from it until I saw your streams and they inspired me to fight. Oh man, I appreciate that, because your community versus fandom and cancel culture streams helped me recover. I appreciate. All right, are we back? We back here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. I think almost got canceled. I don't know what I don't know what just happened. It was too much. It was too much. Not sure if we're still here. That was weird. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what just happened. Seemed like I don't know if it was the software or YouTube, but one of the two said that I don't know what caused it, but it said that the stream connection was receiving no data. Like I wasn't broadcasting any data. So I just had to reset it. Yeah, I don't know. Cancel demons, man. They were coming after me. No. Yeah. So finishing up with the story here. I don't know when it froze up exactly, but I was just finishing up reading the story from Galvatron. And I was gonna say, I'm glad that you found the streams. I'm glad they helped you out. And that's one of the reasons why I feel the need to, speak up and say this stuff, because there may be other people out there who have gone through something similar or feel the same way, even if they haven't gone through like a cancel crisis type thing, but maybe they just feel the same way. Maybe they don't agree with what they're seeing with the woke culture and the cancel. Maybe they don't agree with the tactics. Maybe they don't agree with the political movements, the social movements, And
There's a thin line between being a hero and being a hero.
that's right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby blue. Appreciate that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And that's the thing is, like I was saying, yeah, exactly. There's a thin line between being a hero, because you 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 don't want, like I said, you don't want to fight hate with hate, anger with anger, but you got to say something. You got to at least take a stand for what you believe in, because there might be other people out there who are feeling what you feel, who are thinking what you think, maybe even going through what you're going through or something similar. And it's good. It's always nice when you find that kindred spirit. Being a hero and being a memory. Is that what you meant, Blue? Okay, I figured there was something wrong with that quote. It's okay. We'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. But yeah, like that's the thing, is that it's good to know that there are other people out there that agree with you. And if you stay silent, like how I thought that I should do at first, I thought, oh, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep it moving and all that. But then nobody knows. Then all they hear is the one side, the emotional side coming from the cancel mob saying, oh, he's an istophobe, he's this and that. And so they might get riled up and go, oh, yeah, he is bad. Or they might just brush it off and go, okay, whatever. But then that's it. That's it. It doesn't, nobody has been enriched or any, nothing's better for it, really. And when I put it out there and finally go, you know what? I'm going to say what happened. I'm going to say how I feel about what happened. And I'm going to put my opinions. I'm not going to hide it. If people don't like it, so be it. I may end up losing some fans. It might happen. You don't make everybody happy all the time. That's just how it goes. But I can't be fake. I can't hide how I'm feeling. And so I just had to put it out there. And like I said, you never know. You get those people who might be feeling the same way, and it's good to know that someone else is out there. And that's why, that's where we get the army of freaks. That's where all you guys come in. And that's why I'm like, hell yeah, pound it. We got the army of freaks. We got everybody hanging out, supporting each other. We're there for each other. And that's why I always say, when I talk about, the army of freaks, I say, be weird and be proud. And when I say be weird, I don't mean just like weird, like, oh, you got like a nervous tick or something. I mean, be weird, be different. Be different. Don't just go with the flow. Don't just go with the crowd. Look at what the crowd does sometimes. They're not always right. When you see the crowd out there doing something and it just rubs you the wrong way, don't go with the crowd. Be different. Be weird. Okay? And guess what? It's okay to be weird. That's why I want you to be proud. Take a stand. Believe in what you believe in and be proud of it. Don't let anyone harass you for it. That's what I was talking about before when the stream, right before the stream screwed up there, is I was saying, with free speech, that's the whole point. is you should be able to say what you want, you know, within the limits of the legal system. You can't be saying, you know, inciting violence and stuff, the things that are actually illegal. But within the legal parameters, you should be able to say what you want. And if people don't like it, then guess what'll happen? No one, if somebody is saying something that's so wrong and so bad, guess what'll happen? People will just naturally disagree with them, you know? I mean, I don't want to keep harping on the whole like baloney analogy, but it's like, you know, for all the people who like baloney and the few people that speak out say I don't like it. If it's actually such a wrong thing for them to say and baloney is the greatest thing to ever exist, then everyone else is just going to disagree and go, "No, I still like it." But if some people go, "Oh, now that they mention it, now that they had the guts to say it, I don't like baloney either." So that's why you got to say it. Because there might be those other people out there that go, "I don't really like baloney, but I don't want to say anything." You know? So that's all. It's just the crowd is not always right. Don't be afraid to be weird. In fact, be proud. Be weird, be proud, be different, be yourself. And that goes for everybody, every single person. I've never, see, that's the funny thing. The people who know me, all these people who came at me saying, "Oh, you're an istophobe, you're this and that." None of them know me. That was the funniest thing, is like none of them actually like know me. None of them came and talked to me personally or knew me before. All the people who knew me or still know me, whatever is a proper tense. But all the people who know me were like, "This isn't you, dude. All this stuff that they're accusing you, that's not you." And the funniest thing, I'm not gonna like dox my family by showing their pictures or anything, but you'll have to take my word for it. I have 2 nieces. I'm actually an uncle. I have 2 nieces that are half black. You know, my brother-in-law is a black man. And so for them, for people like Merit Movies and these people who are calling me a racist and all this, saying that I hate these people, you're accusing me of hating my own family. You know, you're accusing me of hating my nieces, my brother-in-law. Like, really? You know, it's just it's silly to me, you know? It's like it's like, really? Like, the people who know me know that all those accusations are bullshit, but it was just sort of funny that it was a bunch of people who don't know me at all and who by their own admittance don't even like me. Even before this shit, they were saying, "Oh, I never liked Orbital Bay." Okay, so you've never liked me. You have like a personal vendetta against me, you know? So of course you're going to think I'm these horrible things. It's just funny to me, you know? But that's why I wanted to get this out there and just sort of share not just like my side of the story, but just like my thoughts and feelings on it. Cause it's not even my side of the story only matters so much as like just the truth. Just if you want reality, if you just want to see what really happened. That's the only reason my side of the story matters. I wanted to share how I felt about it because that's what I really stayed quiet on. I was like, you know what? I didn't really ever talk about like how I feel about this because to me, it's unfortunate for what happened. Like with Swagwave, for instance. Like with Johnny, I think he's gonna be all right. Like I said, Orion Zax does a great impression of Peter Cullen, and Johnny's got talent. You know, he's clever. He can write some stuff. I think he'll be fine. But with Swagwave, it's like I'm genuinely worried about him because he and I kind of struggled behind the scenes before. I sort of wanted him to to step it up. I'm not trying to like talk shit about his quality of his stop motion, but you know, it's just everybody. I'm always trying to improve, whether it's my effects or voice acting, whatever I work on. I'm always trying to make it better. I think everyone should be aware that there's always room for personal improvement. You should always be striving to be better than you were the day before. And I just felt like I wasn't seeing that from Swagwave. So like we sort of butted heads behind the scenes a little bit. Like, "Hey man, you should be doing this and that when it comes to filming techniques." Like with lighting and getting an actual camera, not using your phone, you know, things like that. And frame rates was always a big thing. I'm like, dude, you know, because he would want me to put on motion blur, and I'm like, if you apply motion blur with a low frame rate, it makes it look like it's underwater. It's like really warbly and stuff. So, and not only that, but it wasn't just effects. Like I voiced like a good fraction of the characters. Like in any given video, I'm at least one, if not multiple characters voiced in any of his videos. So it clearly set him back, and not just from a production standpoint as far as what I was involved in, because it's like, okay, yeah, anytime somebody the position needs to be filled, there's going to be a time delay. All right, that's one thing. But then I'm looking at the quality, and I'm not talking about like the effects guy he got to replace me. I'm talking about like what he's putting out, like the Iron Man Shang-Chi video. Dude, you guys, if you've been paying attention to the news, you know Shang-Chi, nobody cares about that movie. It's set up about to be the worst performing MCU film in history, which didn't take long to unseat Black Widow, even though I think it was actually like Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton, I think is actually the officially like lowest performing MCU film. Black Widow was down there. We're already forgetting about Black Widow though, because Shang-Chi is about to have like a $40 million opening weekend, which is laughable for a Marvel movie. Nobody cares about it. The actor is all over Twitter talking about like how, oh, it's finally time for people to see an Asian hero, just completely ignoring the existence of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Donnie Yen. You know, it's like unreal. It's unreal what they're doing. And Swagwave is like, hey, I'm going to capitalize on this. I'm going to do this Shang-Chi tie-in. He said in a live stream, he's like, this is going to be bigger than my Dragon Ball video. The Dragon Ball video that has like nearly 2 million views, by the way. That was completely my idea. The whole fusion battle thing was an idea that I got from working with another YouTube channel. And I went to Swagwave and was like, hey man, we should do this fusion battle. And he loved it, got custom figures, and the rest is history. But yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that Iron Man versus the Mandarin Shang-Chi tie-in stop motion, seeing as how it only has like a little over 10,000 views after being up all weekend. I should go like look it up and see where it's at. But I don't see that surpassing the couple of million views that the Dragon Ball video got. I don't see that happening, you know? Yeah, it's at 13,000. That 13,000 views here. And it was uploaded 6 days ago. And again, I'm not trying to like talk shit like, oh, haha, look at this shitty video. You know, all credit is due to After Effects and Spectrum and whatever for doing the effects on that. But the thing is that if you focus, if anybody's ever heard the whole, get woke, go broke thing, if you focus on this stuff, man, you're not going in the right direction. And a lot of the stuff that he used to do that performed really well, like the Dragon Ball Fusion video that I mentioned, like the Kamen Rider Ryuki video, that has like 250,000 views. You got the Godzilla World Tour series. You've got the some of the element. I can't take credit for like full Marvel videos because obviously the Marvel stuff was already something he was doing. But there are elements within the Marvel videos that were my ideas, like Thanos simping for Hela, as basically Hela being the stand-in for Mistress Death in the not the MCU, the the Swagwave stop motion universe. That was my idea. Bucky going back in time so that Cap could come back, and Bucky stays there and makes the sacrifice since Cap had made the sacrifice for him in the past. That was my idea. So there were just a lot of things that I was helping him with, and out of just interest in, I just wanted his. Oh, is my voice mod on? That's fine. I just wanted to see the channel succeed, so I was trying to help it grow. Like, hey, like I've got these ideas. This could be a cool thing, that could be a cool thing, whatever. And if I was still working with him, I'd be telling him, or I would have actually told him way before 6 days ago and said, man, don't waste your time with the Shang-Chi, dude. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So that's why I say, it's unfortunate because, when you're working with somebody for so long, you should realize that maybe what these other people are saying isn't true, and shouldn't give in to the woke crowd. And like they say, get woke, go broke. And if you're focusing on all these properties that aren't popular now, like Shang-Chi, and you're taking, you know, months to get the videos out, channel might suffer. So, unfortunate, very unfortunate. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. I know this stream actually went a lot longer than I intended it to be. I was only gonna go for maybe an hour and a half, and I think it's been about 2 hours. So I really appreciate everybody hanging out, sticking through to the end, especially with the technical difficulties there. This is gonna be the only stream that I do sort of like this. I want to go back and have fun again, especially with the weekend coming up. We've got the Sterner Stuff streams Friday and Saturday. So we're definitely going to have fun there. We're going to react to some videos. We're going to have some laughs. It's going to be a good time. But during the week, I'll probably do some like weekly news catch-ups where I just sort of talk about what's going on in current events. I'll still use the character setup like I've got here so that we can have some fun with it and stuff. But I'm not going to be holding back anymore, guys. I'm not going to be, you know, watching what I say, you know, hoping, oh, I hope I don't offend anybody, blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, what's done is done. And I feel like staying quiet is the wrong thing to do. I feel like, you know, I feel so strongly about these things that I feel like I need to speak up, that it would be wrong for me to just stay quiet and not do anything and not say anything. So during the week, I'm going to be doing some streams and some videos that are just, you know, talking about current events, whatever's going on in the news with, you know, pop culture, geek culture, stuff like that. And I'll still do them in character, but it'll be a little bit more serious during the week. And then on the weekends, it'll be full on goofy, just nonsense, you know, reacting to videos, just having a good time, having some laughs. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you'll stick around with what I've got planned for the future. Because, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg of what I've got planned. There's so much content. I'm going to be using the 3D models here in VR and Source Filmmaker to basically do like motion comics. You know, if you've seen like those comics where there's a little bit of movement, but it's still mostly a still image, but it tells a story, you know, goes through and tells a story. Because I've got some stories I want to tell. I've got some comedy sketches, sketches, whatever. Got a few of those in mind. You know, just a lot of stuff that I got planned, as well as the streams themselves. Always looking to improve those and keep those entertaining for you all. So hopefully you will stick around for what's coming in the future as we become the nerds among the nerds, you know, because when we were nerds coming up, I remember before like the MCU and all that and geek culture was popular, being a nerd was, you were like an outcast, you know, you were a social outcast if you were a geek. That's why they called you a geek. That's why they called you a nerd. You were an outcast. You were weird, you know. And now it's like gone full circle, and we're becoming the nerds among the nerds. You know, there's geek culture, there's nerd culture. It's pretty big. It's pretty mainstream now. But you've got these people that are shunning you, you know, that are excising you from the. It's, oh, you can't be a part of this. It's basically the outcast, you know, you become the outcast. Once again, we're the nerds among the nerds. So as we become the nerds among the nerds, I hope you stick around and join me on this journey and stick it through. Because I think it's going to go to some interesting places. I want to see what ends up happening as all these cultural and social things develop. I find it really interesting and fascinating, to be honest. And that's why I like talking about it. That's why I take interest in it, because it fascinates me. So I want to see it through. So we'll be talking about that. We'll have some laughs along the way. We've got some content. And of course, there's all the other projects that I'm involved in. Shout out to Ultra Marcus, who's got me voicing in some stuff with him. Grant the Filmmaker, I believe is the channel. He does the Zeta Squad, is currently the series that he's working on. I'm voicing in there. We've got Transformers Prime Galvatron's Revenge, which is a fully 3D animated continuation, like a fan-made continuation of Transformers Prime. Really cool, really cool. There's a lot of stuff coming up, Let me give a final shout out to those who powered the space bridge tonight. Baby Blue, Lord Galvatron, Silver, The Bug, Damn It Open, Ultra Marcus, Draco, the Predaking. Hell yeah, you guys. I want to give you an extra shout out, extra pound it. Hell yeah. Thank you all very much. And we'll be back tomorrow night with sterner stuff, ready to react to some videos and have some fun. So until then, remember to stay weird and stay proud. This is Optimus the freaking Prime, signing off.